Hello, my name is Alyssa and I'm going to share with you 4 of the books that I chose from my annotated bibliography on community. I feel that understanding what community is very important to children because they need to know how to take care of their community and also how to simply be involved in their community. You don't really see too many kids out there doing too many things in their community anymore because of technology nowadays. Most of them are inside talking to their friends or playing their video games. So, with that being said, I'm going to share with you my first book, and it is called Look Where We Live, and it was written by Scott Ritchie. It is a picture book, so it's more for the younger crowd. It's about 5 young friends named Nick, Yuli, Pedro, Sally, and Martin, and how they spend the day traveling around their community and participating in activities designed to raise money for their local library. Along the route throughout the day, they learn about what the people do and the places that make up their community and what it simply means to be a part of a community. The first thing that you see when you open up this book is a map. This map lays out the places that these students went to, or children went to, throughout the day. The first one that they visited was a gas station, and then they visited a retirement home, a school, a police station, a community garden, and of course their local library to get a better understanding of what their community is simply made of. I feel this book is great for teaching children how to get out into their community and what it takes to be a responsible citizen. This is a great book to read in the classroom because you can incorporate many different discussions. You could talk about your own community, what you do in your community, what other people do in your community. So with that being said, the next book that I'm going to share with you is Magic Trash. And this was written by J.H. Shapiro. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's a story about a boy named Tyree who grew up in Michigan with 10 brothers and sisters, so his family didn't really have much, but that didn't stop him from playing and being the creative boy that he was. So he would go around in his community and pick up trash that he saw along his way that he could be transformed into something new. So he would take bottle caps and make them into rockets. He would use popsicle sticks to build things. And this book just simply follows his life as an artist as he helped his community to transform his neighborhood that was deteriorating into a sculpture garden to raise the awareness of recycling and taking care of the environment and simply his community. I feel this book is wonderful to read together as a class and discuss how important it is to take care of your community. Not everybody is creative in regards to picking up trash and turning it into something, but I feel like a cool hands-on activity that you could do with this is have the students go in groups or even as a whole class around the school and find items that are being recycled or even things that were on the ground like a bottle or something and see what you guys can come up with as making it into a piece of artwork. The next book that I chose is called Pedal Power, and it was written by Alan Drummond, and it's a book about cycling and bicycle safety, but not just bicycle safety, but how a community came together to raise awareness for the unsafe roads for biking in Amsterdam, because in Amsterdam in the 70s, a lot of children and parents would ride their bikes to take their children to school. So this book raises awareness and protest for the unsafe streets in their community. So this helped to create safer streets all around America, even though you still hear about bicycle accidents all the time because our roads are just so busy. Anyway, as a class, I feel you can discuss if you feel your streets are safe for bicycles, or what you could do differently in your community to create that safe bicycle area for children and families so that they can enjoy their bicycle rides. The next book that I chose, and my favorite book of all, is Paperboy. And it's a Newbery Honor book. It was written by Vince Vaughter, and it's about an 11-year-old boy named Little Man who has a stutter, but he's very intelligent. He is actually a grade ahead of his peers. So Little Man has a friend named Rat who has a paper route. But Rat goes to visit his grandparents on their farm, and Little Man is excited to take over his job for that month to deliver papers. But he's also nervous because of his stutter. So he will have to speak to strangers who are not aware of his stutter. So Little Man was practicing one day while he was riding his bike delivering his papers, and this was actually his first day. And when he was practicing the word pitch, this woman was outside of her house waiting for her paper, and she thought that he said a bad word. So Little Man's stutter only grew worse when he was trying to explain himself to the lady what he was really doing and what he actually really said. So after this, he kind of got a little discouraged, but he never gave up. So throughout the book, there are many different events that continued to happen that were very challenging, but also rewarding for Little Man. So I thought this book was just an overall great book to introduce to your class. This could be like read alone or read like a chapter a day to your students, because it will help them understand that everyone has challenges that they have to overcome in life, and if you try hard enough and don't give up, then you will succeed. And this book also has to do with community in the sense that these two boys are working together to still deliver their paper routes to make sure that the community still gets paper, because they rely so much on them, and it's important because they count on receiving them every single day, like that lady was waiting outside for her paper. So those are my 4 books that I chose from my annotated bibliography, but there were many more that I could have chose.